We all have been a fan of the cinemas of 1980s where the protagonists always had a larger-than-life figure and the action itself was funny but enjoyable. If you are someone who has the same line of thought, I feel you are going to love this video. And believe me guys, this one has been my guilty pleasure. The movie in question today is a Malayalam film named Porinju Mariam Jose, directed by Joshi sir and streaming on Amazon Prime. As it is an analysis video, there will be spoilers ahead. Porinju Mariam Jose is based on the folklore surrounding three reportedly real-life friends named Katalan Porinju, Alapat Mariam and Puthanpalli Jose, who were plagued by class snobbery and street violence in the 1980s Kerala. Written by Abhilash N, who was earlier cleared of plagiarism charges raised in court by another author, the film has been directed by veteran blockbuster machine Joshi. In an era of gang wars and disco fever, the butcher Porinju, played by Joju, is unbelievably loyal to his elderly friend, the wealthy Aip, played by Vijay Raghavan. The older man seems class blind in his affection for the golden-hearted youngster. The only relationship rivaling this one is Porinju's life are his unbreakable bond with Jose, played by Chemban Vinod, and his long-time romance with their common friend Mariam, played by Nyla Usha, who, like Aip, is well above the socio-economic station. The misbehavior of a satellite character played by Rahul Madhav sets off a chain of vendetta that threatens to consume them all. Porinju Mariam Jose is a cinema about friendship, love, kinship and guilt. It is also a subtle tribute to the 80s that does not ride on nostalgia. Porinju Mariam Jose is Joshi making an angry young man out of Joju. Porinju is the archetypical superhero of conventional commercial Indian cinema, invincible in physical combat. His prefixed name Katalan literally means forest dweller or hunter in Malayalam, but here of course is a figurative allusion to his wild nature. Despite the stereotypical larger-than-life character, the talented Joju manages to convey Porinju's love and longing for Mariam without coming across as a creepy stalker. Joju proves that he can carry an action film on his own. Porinju is like a beast who can be dangerous and vulnerable at the same time. While looking at Porinju, I couldn't help but think of Adidoma from Spadigam and Sethu Madhavan from Kireedam. Well, Porinju is a combination of the two. And Joshi has given Joju enough moments that in today's parlance qualify as mass. Joju fits the character so well that it's hard to picture anyone else in the role. Nyla Usha as Mariam, the strong, independent and the damsel capable of causing distress, reminds you of Manju Warrior in Kanmadam. Nyla's transformation into the character is sublime. The ease with which Nyla has taken up the role is commendable. Nyla Usha looks regal and is convincing as the moneylender Mariam, a fairy woman living largely on her own terms and on her own in a conservative society. Mariam is different from heroines of most Malayalam action films. She is not a meek creature waiting to be saved by a man, as we see early on when she startles a molester with a fierce instant and public retaliation. Her sense of independence is at odds, however, with her conservative reason for not marrying her beloved Porinju. It is also irritating that the writer's notion of an independent woman includes these cliches. She smokes and drinks, the only woman in the entire community who seems to do so. Chemban Vinod is truly a star performer here. He comes with a bang and stays with the ground as Jose. He is the best friend anyone can get. His chemistry with Joju is commendable. When he is not doing anything, he is sipping brandy with Mariam at her home. Chemban Vinod, Nyla Usha and Joju, whenever they are together on screen, they are just superb. A special mention to all the three children who played their childhood part in the movie. Porinju Mariam Jose's basic story is interesting and there is a lot this film could have been. Among other things, it could have been an independent indictment of benevolent members of dominant society groups who do harm with their unwillingness to openly battle injustice, a theme especially relevant in today's India where silent liberals are being held to account for their cowardice or apathy. Porinju Mariam Jose could have been a comment on how class often triumphs or trumps friendship, but also often does not. It could have been a reminder of how human civilization would be caught in an endless cycle of violence if history had not been punctuated by individuals who said stop at crucial moments. In fact, this film is all above to a limited extent, but these points are conveyed feebly by a script that fails to explore its primary players with depth. Much of the violence in the film happens parallel to or during church festivals. Even though the bloodshed is extreme, Ajay David Kachapalli's camera work is not exploitative. The violence and faith brings to mind Lijojo's Pallisheri's iconic Angamali Diaries, in which religious feasts and processions formed an iconic backdrop to the bloodletting on screen. Joshi's character are as trigger-happy as Pallisheri's gangs, but inhabit a visual setting far less naturalistic and a narrative far less gripping than Angamali Diaries, which coincidentally was written by Chemban Vinod. Just seconds before the interval card flashes on the screen, the camera pans to a signboard that says coffins will be sold here. The guy running the shop has been lamenting earlier about the lack of business, but by the time the film gets over, I'm sure his business will be booming. And just moments away from the climax, one central character proclaims to a lawyer that an n number of bodies will fall. This is said with a level of assuredness that Clint Eastwood had in Sergio Leone's spaghetti western A Fistful of Dollars. It's only apt because director Joshi's new film is in spirit a Wild West story set in 80s Thrissur. Jakes Bijoy's background score and music with no trace of the 80s works well with the narrative. The visuals and the lighting by David are good, especially the Godfather SQ God's Eye shot. The people behind the set design needs a special mention as they were quite successful in bringing out the Thrissur of 1980s. The marketplaces, the houses and the song locations were apt for the period. If you wish to go back to the memory lanes, enjoy a story about friendship, love, loyalty and vengeance, don't delay and switch on to Amazon Prime to enjoy this movie. That's the end of the video, guys. Please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. A lot of effort goes into making these videos, so please support. God bless you all.